Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful. In this video, I'm going to discuss one of the biggest major reasons why your manifestation is not here yet. So before I get into the video, if you're looking for in-depth guidance and focused solutions around your specific circumstances, around your concerns, around manifestation, mindset, self-development, you are welcome to join my membership group. I do not do one-on-one coaching, so this group is designed in a way that will provide you a lot of value with minimum investment. So here we do weekly group coaching sessions that are about 1.5 hour long. Then there are monthly challenges that will be with detailed steps of what you need to be doing each week, which will really bring about transformations in you and in your reality. And then there are weekly quiz tests to keep you on track and ensure whatever you have learned or absorbed, the knowledge you have taken in from the previous group coaching, you have been actually able to understand it and apply it. So if all that sounds good to you, you're welcome to join the membership group. The link is in the video description. So one of the major reasons and the most common reasons why your manifestation is not here till now is because you need to change your story. And you have not changed your story till now, even though you say you have, or even though you feel you have at a conscious level, but you have not. So this video is going to be really blunt. It's also going to be a much needed reality check for you. Hear it out, be really honest with yourself. I always say there's no point in being dishonest with yourself, okay? You can be dishonest with whoever you want, but if you're dishonest with yourself and you don't want to take on the responsibility of what actually has been happening, then no one can help you. So you need to change your story. What does that mean? What was your whole story which created this undesirable circumstance that you're right now in? Does not matter if it's with a specific person, if you're unhappy at your work, if you're not really happy with your health, if your family relationships are not going well, if you are struggling with money, that is your current story, right? Whatever is happening right now which is making you unhappy is your current story. Now let's do this in steps. Ask yourself, what is your current story? Okay, what is my current story? Not the things that are going well, the things that are bothering you. That one specific area of your life or two specific areas of your life that is really getting on your nerves. That is causing you pain, that is causing hurt, that is leading to a heartbreak, that is making you feel disappointed, low, that is making you feel small, disrespected. What is that story of yours? Is it not seeing progress in your workplace? Is it not having your work appreciated by your manager? Is it not having that commitment from your specific person? Is it not feeling good and healthy in your body? Is it not having good, loving, caring relationships with your friends and family? What is that situation for you? Now that you know your situation, you want to try conscious creation to transform this reality for you so that you can have satisfaction, you can feel love and care, you can feel fulfillment, right? Those experiences are the end goal that you are trying to achieve through all of this, right? Whatever we want happening in our reality, it's because we want to experience something very specific. We want to have a specific kind of feeling and experience through certain people, through certain achievements. So the end goal for us as humans is always going to be the experience, the feelings and emotions that experience gives us, the warmth, the stability, the peace. It's never about the people and the things and the objects. Those things are giving us some specific kind of safety and stability, and that's what we seek. That's what we crave for as human beings. Now, when you decide to consciously transform your reality and you bring techniques into the picture, and you are doing techniques, 3 techniques a day, 4 techniques a day, okay? You're doing it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You have around 10 to 15 hours of waking time. The remaining day, when you're not doing the techniques, what are you doing? That is the most important question you really need to ask yourself and be very honest about it with yourself. There's no one else around you. There's no one else who's going to matter here. There's no one else's opinions or decisions that matter here. This discussion is between you and you. So you better be honest about it. You know your end state, you know the reality you're seeking. I want this commitment. I want this position, this appraisal. I want this kind of money, this kind of income. I want my family and friends to be always happy and healthy, and we should have a good conversation, good dialogue, good mutual feelings with each other. That is my end state. So I am going to do a few techniques because I need to persist in that end state, which will happen through doing techniques. The more I do techniques, the more I'm going to persist in it, and that's going to get my desire. So you have a very one-sided view of conscious creation and manifestation, which it's high time you need to realize it. Okay, God knows for how many months or years you are dwelling on something and saying my manifestation is not coming. This is that video you need. It has to serve as a reality check, but it will only help if you are honest with yourself. So your one-sided view is only about techniques. I'm doing techniques. I do 3 techniques a day. I do it for 2 hours. And in that time frame, during that time, I'm living in the end state, and I know I can feel it. I'm that person who has it. So that's your one-sided view. That's all you're thinking about. That's all you think you're doing to get your manifestation. Now, what's the whole 360-degree view? Not one-sided view, the other side as well, that either at a conscious or subconscious level you're keeping hidden, or you don't want to acknowledge it, or you don't really want to think about it, because it's going to bring you face to face to the other work that you need to put in. What are you thinking about? What are you talking about? What are you dwelling on? What are you spiraling about during the remaining 10, 12, and 15 hours? What are you doing over here? This is something you need to take accountability for. This is the most important part. I know everyone seems to make techniques very important. The way they teach manifestation, the videos out there, the content out there is live in the end state, use techniques, persist in that, right? Very one-sided. The most important part, listen to this very carefully, the most important part, much more important than your techniques, than everything you're trying to do on this side, are these 10, 12, and 15 hours. What are you doing? This is the most important part. And the reality is that if you take care of this part, if you take care of these 10, 12, 15 hours, you won't even feel the need to do the techniques. This thing might just dissolve away completely, where you don't have to put in separate time, where you don't have to put in separate effort that you feel is too much, or that you feel is exhausting you, or that makes you feel like you're doing enough to bring your desire in your reality, but actually you're not doing anything if you have not changed your story. If you have changed your story and you have really genuinely stepped into that version and identity of yours that knows it's coming, it's yours. Either it's here or it's coming very soon, and knowing that yes, I'm going to have this. If you have not stepped into that version, you have not changed your story. Just doing techniques for some time during the day, even if it's 3, 4, 5 times, is not a guarantee of you getting your desire. Okay, techniques don't bring your desire to you. You bring your desire to yourself. Techniques will have no effect. I'm being very blunt here. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time and effort. It's going to have zero effect. However the techniques feel, it does not matter. You're negating all of that if you are still dwelling in the old story during your waking hours, during the remaining day. So this does not matter. It's a waste of time. Might as well just stop doing this. Why are you wasting your time? Maybe you have too much time on your hands. That's why you want to put in that time here. Because if you don't want to take care of what's happening here, stop doing that, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to keep bringing in either hot and cold behavior or a little movement, then it becomes stagnant, something in waves. Not a sustainable change, not a sustainable transformation, because what you are doing during your techniques, you're living in that end state, right? You are matching your desire with that end state. That if I had my desire, this is how I would feel. So in your techniques, you're feeling that. Now, in your remaining reality, You are not becoming that person. You're not matching your state of being, your internal dialogue with your desire. What you do in those techniques is the same state of being you need to have during the remaining day. Now, how can you do that practically? I will let you know the steps which will help you in recognizing are you actually doing it or not, and which will also help you to start doing it. You need to stop obsessing over your old story, that difficult situation, circumstance in your life that is causing you hurt, pain, and disappointment. That is all. That is the one plain simple solution and answer to how do I change my story. You change your story by putting a full stop to your obsession with your old story. You're keeping it alive inside you, in your internal dialogue, in your external conversations. You're keeping that circumstance, that hurt, that disappointment alive. Whatever remains in your consciousness is the truth for you, is something that will continue. It will become a perpetual reality for you. Why do you think it is okay to live in this end state for 1 hour or half an hour? And why do you think that is going to get you your desire when for the remaining hours you are still repeating that old resentment within you? You're repeating that old disappointment. You're repeating that whole episode as and when it happened, each day, each week, each message, each conversation, each argument. You're repeating everything. And then you dwell on it and you're spiraling into it. Why did that happen? If I would have done this or said that, would this have happened? If I would have done this, maybe this situation wouldn't have, come up. And there's no end to it. Once you get into this loop and you're searching for answers, you're searching for closure, you're feeling all those emotions again, you're thinking all of those things again that you already have thought about, you have already felt when that incident or that whatever that situation took place. So you're doing it again by choice now. Once it has taken place, fine. You need to have a mindset that this is not going to be repeated. I'm going to transform this. Then you combine it with techniques and combine it with not dwelling in the old story during the remaining hours. But if you are doing techniques here, and doesn't matter if you do 1 lakh affirmations, whether it's mindful or mindless, if here you are still with all your emotions, okay, emotions are very strong. The moment you put in feelings and emotions into something, it's true for you. Emotions are so strong. If you put in emotions in any kind of manifestation, it's going to come so quick. And that's why negative things come in so fast, because negative things are because of fear and doubts and anxiety. All these emotions are really easy. They come out very easily. So you're repeating all these old stories and incidents with full emotions. Okay, you're full of emotions. You're feeling hurt, disappointment, you're low. You might feel like crying. All of these are emotions. You might feel angry. You might feel rage. This side is always going to win. 10, 12, 15 hours will always win against your 1 or 2 hours of techniques. That's why I'm saying might as well just stop doing it, because you're wasting your time. You're just soothing a part of yourself that feels like, okay, let me try conscious creation. It might work. And it will not work. I'm telling you very clearly, it's not going to work. This is not going to get your desire if you don't take care of this. Why do you want to put your focus on something that you don't want repeated? It's a very simple question. Your focus and attention needs to be on things that are favorable, that you want repeated in your reality. And if you know this simple thing, that whatever is in my awareness and whatever I focus on dominantly will perpetuate, right? It will continue in my reality. Even after knowing that, if you're putting your focus attention on what has already taken place, and you're dwelling on it and you're putting all these strong emotions in it, then you're just reversing everything for yourself. You're reversing all the work, all the effort, all the time you have been putting in doing techniques, because it's all cancelled out. It's all cancelled out the moment you are dwelling on this old story for more than a few hours with your emotions. So the first thing, as I mentioned, is stop obsessing over the old story. The second thing is stop obsessing over anything that might come before your full manifestation shows up. Okay, stop being stuck with questioning and knowing about signs and bridge of events and incidents, your dreams, your numbers, your feathers, all these signs, all these. When you get stuck in all of this, it's doing nothing but shifting your focus from manifesting your desire, being in that end state, to manifesting signs. It's a very simple, gradual change which you don't realize, but you get stuck with signs. Once you start seeing some signs, and if you don't see it for a day or two, you get stuck that why am I not seeing signs now? It doesn't matter, we are not manifesting signs. Signs showing up, not showing up, has nothing to do with your manifestation. Okay, it's not a guarantee that if I don't see signs before my manifestation, it's not coming. Not a guarantee. If I see signs, then my manifestation is coming. Not a guarantee. Okay, manifestation unveils itself. It unfolds in a very magical way, and it's never the same. It can unfold in very different kind of ways, very dramatic ways, very beautiful ways. So keep a very simple mindset around signs. Don't get stuck in it. If you're seeing a sign, give it a good meaning. There's nothing wrong with giving it a good meaning. And try to focus on signs that are directly related to your manifestation. Not random signs. You're seeing feathers and you're seeing 1111, those kind of things. Just give it a good meaning and let it go. Like, oh, okay, I saw 1111 and people say it's lucky. So, I might be getting my manifestation soon. Good enough. Do that and move on with your day. Next day, don't dwell on that fact that, today I didn't see 1111. I saw it for a week, but now I'm not seeing it. It might be a sign that, I'm not doing my manifestation work properly, or it's stuck somewhere. It has nothing to do with your manifestation. Leave them alone. Stop shifting your focus to things that are irrelevant. Okay, it's not needed. If it seems favorable to you, give it a good meaning, feel happy in the moment, and leave it over there. Okay, don't get stuck in it. Don't carry it on with you the next day and feel that today why didn't I see this? Today why I didn't see any sign? Are you manifesting signs? You are not manifesting signs. So if they come, take them in, be happy about it. If they don't come, fine, leave it. That's not your work. Your work is living in the end state of you receiving your desire, not obsessing with the old story during the remaining day, being neutral, or having a good internal dialogue that, whenever those opposing thoughts or old memories come up, this happened, it's my past, that's all. Everything can change, everything can become desirable. I choose to become that person now who has that desirable reality. I don't choose to identify with that person who went through that. That's done and dusted. It's not going to dictate my future. I'm going to now choose a different experience for my future. I'm going to become that person who will have this. I know I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this. I deserve it. I'm worthy. And I'm going to transfer my beliefs. Whenever old beliefs come up that, oh, you cannot have this. This is too good to be true. This is too much to have. No, nothing is too much to have on this earth. There's abundance of everything. There's so much potential and possibilities. This is not too big. This is not too good to be true. This is a very simple, natural thing to have. And I'm going to have it. People have it. Everyone has it. I see people having it. And there's nothing I need to do which is extraordinary to achieve it. I'm just going to know that I deserve it here. I'm going to get it. It's as simple as this. I gave you a whole example of how to deal with opposing thoughts. What's that internal dialogue that should come up? It's so simple and so easy to consciously choose to have this kind of internal dialogue. Every time you try to dwell on the old experiences, bring yourself out of it. You need to pull yourself out of it and repeat these things to yourself that, I'm going to create a really good life and surroundings for myself, and I choose this experience and it's going to happen for me. My old experiences do not define me. My old experiences do not dictate my future. Past is done, it's dusted, and I'm not going to let it impact what I'm seeking now. This is how you create an internal dialogue. This is how you change your mindset around what has happened previously. And this is how you step into that identity who knows this will happen for me. That is it. It is this simple. What thoughts come into your mind might not be in your control, and that's completely fine. We are not trying to control our mind or what enters and goes out. We need to become an observer. But what you choose to dwell on, there might be 10 thoughts in my mind, but what I choose to dwell on and what I sit and spiral into it. I know while I'm doing it that I'm doing it. That's your choice. That is something you need to take control of and stop doing. Okay, that's all I wanted to discuss in that video. I really hope I was able to add some value to your manifestation process. You can follow me on Instagram for a regular dose of motivation. The links are in the video description, and my second YouTube channel, which is around mindset and self development, not from a manifestation perspective, but in general. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great week.